Did you know that CRPS can affect the eyes and the ears? It does. I know people who have had it attack their eyes and their ears as primary sources. For those who it's not the primary source, it's not uncommon to have blurred vision and very dry eyes. In the ears, it's an extreme sensitivity to sound, and for some, continuous noise in the ears itself. The first person that I know that had it affect their eyes got CRPS from chemotherapy for leukemia. It affected his whole body, including his eyes, and he became visually impaired, needing accommodations for college. The person that I also know who had full-body CRPS completely lost her vision in one eye before they realized that the CRPS had started affecting her vision. She fortunately still has vision in the other eye. The person that I know that her hearing was her primary source lived in a world of silence. She could not tolerate any amount of noise at all. She was unable financially to get ketamine treatment and relied solely on narcotics and other pain medications. She later injured herself somewhere else, and the CRPS also spread there. But her first source of CRPS was her ears without any damage or injury beforehand to her ears. I personally have CRPS in my ears. It started in my right ear 2 years after the onset, and I have pain in that ear. In addition, my hearing in that ear was less than normal, but I didn't do anything as far as a hearing aid at that point because I could still hear well out of my left ear. Several years ago, the pain started in my left ear. And just like with my right ear, I went to an ENT to make sure that there was nothing wrong that they could see, because they're not going to see the CRPS. And in both cases, they said that they could see nothing. Isn't that good news? My answer was, no, I'd rather it have been something that you could see and fix rather than it be my CRPS. So it was suggested I go get a hearing test, and now in both ears, my hearing is diminished, and I do wear hearing aids. Last year, I had cataract surgery. We did ketamine beforehand, and it appeared that I got away without having a spread to my eyes. But now, a year later, we know that it has. My vision went from 20/20 to 20/30, and the ophthalmologist said I have the driest eyes he's ever seen. And those are two reasons why, how it affects the eyes. It blurs the vision and it causes dryness. Back in 1999, I had laser surgery for narrow angle glaucoma. When I had the first eye done, it caused a huge flare in my face. I almost didn't get the second one done, But when talking with Dr. Schwartzman, he said to tell them to double the amount of numbing drops. I did, and the left eye went without issue. So when I had the cataract surgery, I told them the same thing. Double the amount of the numbing drops. And the ophthalmologist was like, but there's no pain sensors in the part of the eye I'll be working on. And I said, do it anyway, because he admittedly knew nothing about CRPS. What brought me to this subject today is that my legally blind youngest daughter is now suffering with narrow angle glaucoma, which is what I had the surgery for. However, for her, the laser did not work and her pressures are still extremely elevated. On Monday, they will decide whether she needs further surgery. So it brought to mind the fact that those of us with CRPS face things like this every day. She does not have CRPS. And she's legally blind, has very little vision, sees shapes in light and dark, and she noticed a visual change in her one eye. So if you notice any kind of variation from your norm, go see the ophthalmologist, have them rule out anything else before you just blow it off as being part of your CRPS.